Hi, and welcome to our semi-annual presentation of the Shotgun product roadmap. My name is Warren Tresvant, and I'm the product evangelist for Shotgun and your presenter today. Before I continue, I'd like to remind everyone of our safe harbor statement, which basically says that I'll be showing you future plans as part of the presentation today. And since these plans may change, please don't make any purchasing decisions based solely on what you see here today. There are three sections in this presentation, and our first section talks about how Shotgun is moving into the future, which covers the investments we're making to ensure Shotgun continues to be the most modern solution for your production. We're investing in three key areas: production in the cloud, where we take advantage of the cloud to process and store data; open standards, which is our primary way to ingest, store, and collaborate on data; and Autodesk Identity, which will allow you to easily and safely access your data. As we look at our customers' needs, we're seeing studios take on a greater amount of even more challenging work, accessing a global workforce and collaborating with multiple studios on a single project. To successfully deliver work at this scale, our customers need connected pipelines, which allow for a streamlining of collaboration where everyone on a project has instant access to information. Making sure the right people are getting the right information at the right time by managing the flow of creative and technical processes. And unlocking efficiencies with a single source of truth that everyone can access, connecting teams wherever they are. To ensure Shotgun is your home for production in the cloud, we're making a number of strategic decisions to ensure we're at the forefront of the future. We're adopting a cloud-first mentality, which includes re-architecting our back end to leverage the efficiency and performance scaling the cloud enables. And all of our future efforts will be built on a cloud infrastructure, which means we're no longer building solutions specifically for on-prem. Because of this, we're collaborating with our locally installed customers to help them migrate to the cloud, so they may yield all of the benefits of the cloud. By moving to the cloud, on-prem customers will no longer need to pay for expensive on-site hardware or to maintain the overhead. With the cloud, we're able to move data more effectively due to scalable hardware and close proximity to localized media servers around the world. The Shotgun team will be able to more effectively roll out new features and offer continuous support. And lastly, all of this meets the security standards expected by the industry. Throughout the rest of this presentation, we'll call out our cloud-first efforts with our Shotgun Cloud icon. Our commitment to security in the cloud was illustrated last year when we released our isolation feature set, which includes media isolation and replication, which makes it possible for you to use your own managed AWS S3 bucket to store content uploaded to Shotgun, while making it possible to download data from the AWS region closest to your physical location. And traffic isolation offers an additional level of isolation for customers who prefer to keep their Shotgun web and media communication completely inaccessible from outside their studio. Many of our customers have embraced these isolation features and are thrilled with the results. Our next effort is focused on giving studios the same level of control they have with their on-prem site with a new Operations Center, which includes a performance dashboard offering insights on performance and latency issues in order to track things like heavy page loads, usage, throttling during API calls, and so on. We're also investigating how we can provide a staging environment similar to your production environment where you can safely test new workflows. We expect this will allow you to troubleshoot issues and manage media in effective ways. The Shotgun team is currently working on this effort, so you should hear more on this topic in the coming months. Shotgun is committed to adopting open standards for ingesting, storing, and collaborating on data. The Shotgun ecosystem already utilizes OTIO, OCIO in RV, and OpenEXR. We're so committed to open standards each time we develop new workflows, like some of the ones you'll see later in the presentation, We'll either use existing open standards, like USD, or work to help create new ones, like we're doing with Open Asset Model. Throughout the rest of the presentation, we'll call out when open standards are being used. The final investment we'll cover is our move to Autodesk Identity, which will have two primary benefits. Admins will be able to view and manage people on their projects with additional fields like pending status and seat count. And users will now have a single Autodesk login to access any Autodesk software they're subscribed to, and will have a homepage to see which Shotgun sites they have access to. That concludes our section on moving into the future. For the rest of the presentation, we'll frame our discussion by our key workflows: resource planning, tracking and coordination, integration and automation, and media playback and review. Our second section will cover what's recently been released in Shotgun. And we'll begin with everything that's new in tracking and coordination. We've released a number of small features focused on fine-tuning the workflow. We've improved query fields so they act more like multi-entity fields, where they can show multiple results in a field, making Shotgun more intuitive to use. We've added support for Microsoft Edge browsers, making sure as many people as possible can access Shotgun. And lastly, we've added new controls to limit which people on your team can be selected as a target when administrators use the Use Shotgun As feature. The next workflow area we'll discuss is integration and automation. While we haven't released anything new in this area, it's important to remember that with the Shotgun Toolkit platform, we continue to support integrations with most of the creative tools used by artists. Not only do we use the Shotgun Toolkit platform to build the integrations we support, but other companies take advantage of the Toolkit platform to build integrations themselves. We've seen this recently with both Epic and Unity, who've built Shotgun integrations for their game engines. We've also seen individuals in the community use the Shotgun Toolkit to build integrations with their favorite creative applications, like the ones you see here. Some of the other ways we bring data into Shotgun is with the REST API. You can talk to Shotgun from any environment that supports calling out to HTTP and REST. With webhooks, which is a cloud-only offering, you can now react to changes in Shotgun from any environment that can accept an HTTP request. With our Jira Bridge, technical teams using Jira can successfully collaborate with creative teams using Shotgun, allowing data to flow seamlessly between the two environments. And we've updated all our desktop products and integrations to Python 3, allowing us to remain current with the VFX reference platform. The final workflow in our recently released section is media playback and review. We're thrilled to announce the upcoming release of our new Cuts workflow in Shotgun Create. With the new Cuts workflow, you can now choose to see your shot in the context of the shots around it, in either a sequence or a cut, allowing you to make the best creative decisions possible. To see this in action, here's a video of our prototype showcasing this workflow. Since this is a prototype, there are no moving images, so you won't see anything play back. Here we are in Shotgun Create, and we'll go ahead and dive into a task. The areas we've improved are the timeline and the new Cut pull-down menu. Currently, when you play a shot, you're only seeing that single shot. But with the new Cut pull-down, you can select a sequence or a cut, and you'll now see the two shots before and after. Selecting any of these shots will show you the conversation history of that shot. You can also see the entire cut, and then adjust the range you're looking at by hand. You can filter by pipeline step and status, but this workflow is really powerful when you go into a playlist. Normally, when you hit play, you play all the shots in a playlist. But when you select a cut, you now get to see the selected shot with the shots before and after. So for every shot, you can see it in context and make the best creative decisions possible. While we've modernized the cut experience in Shotgun Create, the workflow for ingesting cuts remains the same. One of our upcoming efforts, which you'll see in the next section, looks to modernize this cut ingest workflow. And while initially the cut workflow will be released in Shotgun Create, we're planning on harmonizing this workflow with the rest of the review ecosystem in Shotgun, which we'll also discuss in the next section. And this concludes our recently released section. Our final section highlights all our upcoming efforts for Shotgun. And we'll begin with resource planning. Today, Shotgun shows you many helpful aspects of your production, like projects and people, as well as aspects that inform the work that needs to be done in the form of crew planning, project timeline, and the task scan. But these exist in relative isolation and don't offer a cohesive overview on the state of resource allocation the producer needs to ensure the delivery of a successful project. We're currently working on 2 efforts to give producers this high-level view. The first effort is generative scheduling. Developing the initial schedule for a project is still a job that requires a lot of detailed planning and attention. But producers want to quickly create a bunch of different schedules, each one expressing a different approach to completing the project, and then iterating on them until they have the best schedule possible before any of the work has started. We've recently acquired some technology that allows producers to do just this. Using existing production data and setting a number of requirements like milestones, department size, and so on, we take advantage of a machine learning process to generate an optimized schedule for the given set of requirements. And this happens in a matter of minutes. Of course, there are many ways to complete a project, so you can save your first schedule and then run a different iteration of the schedule. Change the requirements like different milestones, sizes of departments, and so on. Rerun the schedule and save the result. You can continue tweaking requirements and comparing the schedules you've generated until you land on the schedule that works best for your project. And this doesn't have to happen only at the beginning of a project. Anytime during the course of a project, you can input actuals, continue to tweak requirements, and generate new optimized schedules. This is one of our cloud-first efforts, and we truly believe this will change the way producers think about scheduling. Our second effort is our capacity and workload views, where we connect the data in Shotgun so producers can now understand the capacity of their artists against the workload of the project. Producers can now display the utilization of resources at the artist level, which roll up into a department view, then up to a project view, and finally to the studio view. With these capacity and workload views, producers can quickly understand if their artists are overbooked or sitting idle, and make the necessary adjustments so every person is working as optimally as possible. To see both of these workflows in action, here's a video of the workflow. We'll start with our production data and go ahead and start a new scenario. We'll adjust our requirements like milestone dates, department size, and department ramp in and ramp out, and go ahead and create a schedule. The machine learning algorithm does its magic, and within a few minutes, we have a new optimized schedule, which you can review to see how it looks. You can take the schedule and then compare it against the other schedules you created to find the schedule that works best for your project, all the way down to the individual contributors. The capacity and workload views you see here allow you to see artist utilization across the entire studio and into departments, so you can minimize artist idle time and overbooking. This happens in real time inside Shotgun and is based on data you already have, like scheduled tasks and artist accounts. These views consider realities like staff vacations, weekend work, shifting deadlines, and senior artists who manage as well as create. And it allows you to also see the relative workload and capacity per project and by the department skill sets allocated to that department to see where they are under or over utilized. As you can see, this is all actual code, and we have a small group of customers testing these workflows with their own production data. As our confidence in these workflows increase, we'll continue to invite additional customers to test these workflows until we're ready to release them. You'll be hearing more about both these efforts in the coming months. The next workflow we'll discuss is media playback and review. As mentioned earlier, one of our next efforts is to start harmonizing the workflows and experiences in Shotgun Create with the other parts of the review ecosystem in Shotgun. Our first goal is to harmonize the player, timeline, annotations, and the cut workflow highlighted earlier and get them to the web and RV. After that, we'll do a similar thing with notes, and finally, with media browsing. Our goal is, in the future, whenever you enter a review ecosystem in Shotgun, whether it's in Create, the web, or RV, you'll have the exact same experience with the exact same feature set. As we just described, the team plans on delivering these important changes in stages to better integrate with your workflows. So expect to hear more about each of these efforts throughout the year. Another effort related to our cut workflows is editorial ingest and turnover, which is the modernizing of the cut ingest workflow discussed earlier. We're looking at what it would mean to upgrade our cut data model in Shotgun to be based on OTIO, so we can benefit from enhanced editorial features as well as an expanded set of editorial formats. The team is currently in discovery on this effort, so we'd love to hear of any requirements you have in order to help us deliver the best solution for your needs. Another effort we're investing in is live review for RV, which replaces some existing functionality in RV, but with a cloud-first mentality. With live review in RV, we're able to leverage the cloud to allow people to more easily join a review session and have a more robust review experience, regardless of how many people are in the session, just as if everyone were in the same room together. To see the first iteration of this in action, here's a video showcasing the workflow. Here we have two RVs representing two people in different parts of the world. They both launch live review and then grab the session ID and share it with the other RV users, or email it to someone so they can join through the web. We can bring some media into the player, which is shared with everyone in the session. The presenter can now control the timeline and put down any annotation, which is then shared with everyone. The team is hard at work on this effort and has started to invite customers to test the workflow. As our confidence in this workflow increases, we'll continue to invite additional customers to test these workflows until we're ready to release them. You'll continue to hear more about this effort in the upcoming months. But connecting teams through review is not enough. We also want to connect production data so studios can collaborate more effectively, both internally as well as across the entire supply chain of media and entertainment productions, which is critical given the scale of modern projects and their tighter timelines. Currently, this is challenging because each Shotgun site is siloed, making it extremely difficult for collaborating studios to share valuable production information with each other. By leveraging the benefits of the cloud, we're making it possible to share essential production data that represents a high-level summary of progress on a project, based on available information such as statuses, tasks, and dates. By sharing production data between studios, projects can easily share critical information, allowing for more effective collaboration. The team is currently in discovery on this effort, so we'd love to hear of any requirements you have in order to help us deliver the best solution for your needs. The final workflow we'll discuss is integration and automation. This effort is called Asset Lifecycle Management, or ALM, and is rooted in the situation we see today, where artists use a variety of creative tools geared toward their specific departments in order to contribute their individual files towards delivering their portion of the work. The result is a collection of loosely structured files that need to be managed, tracked, and versioned. Managing all of this is a complex process, and it places a lot of the data management burden on the artist and makes automation difficult. We're investigating how to evolve our existing asset management features in order to build out a feature set to help you track and manage assets in ways only studios who've invested years of R&D development in proprietary systems have been able to do before, by having artists deal with assets rather than files, and providing enough structure that automation is much easier. We believe this will simplify data and scene management so artists can focus more on being creative and studios can gain deeper insights into the state of their assets. And we're building this as a cloud offering using open standards like USD and our new Open Asset Model standard. There is a huge need for a solution like ALM, as witnessed by a recent white paper put out by Movie Labs, who identified this as a challenge many studios are facing. And we're excited to be working towards developing a solution that could become an industry standard. Those are the key efforts the Shotgun team are currently investing in, and we're excited by everything we're doing to help you get your job done more effectively. We'll continue to share updates on each of these efforts as they progress. Thank you for being here today to hear how Shotgun is moving into the future, hear what's recently been released, as well as what we're aiming to deliver, in order to continue making Shotgun an essential part of your production process.